Hello, future CAs. Welcome to CA Foundation Law 1.5 Day Strategy for your Jan 26 exams. Today, I'll be sharing with you three important things: resources, strategy, and few tips to write your law paper for 100 marks. But before we get there, let's go and discuss your accounting paper and let's see how it went. I'm going to give you an example. Follow this example and then we'll discuss the accounts paper. Okay. Imagine you're playing cricket. In case one, the first ball came to you. The first ball you hit a six. You will be pumped with confidence. Will you be focusing on the next ball, or when the next ball is coming, will you be thinking in your head, hey, first ball I hit six. Oh, super, I'm feeling so good about it. You will be focusing on the next ball and you will see how I can hit another six or four in the next ball. Correct? Now keep this mindset with you. If your accounts paper went well, take that confidence into the next paper because you have another three balls to play. Case 2. Sir, first ball, I got 0, sir. Or I got wicket. Or I hit only 1 run. Doesn't matter. If you're a cricket player, you know that if first ball doesn't go favorable to you, the next ball, you will think how you can make a comeback, how I can hit a 4, how I can hit a 6. So in any sport, you only look at what you can do next and you don't worry about what happened in the past. So in second case, if today your accounts paper, if it was very lengthy, if it was hard, if it was challenging for you, as a CA student, this is the test ICA gives you. This is the main test ICA gives you to see, are you in the past or are you moving on? And only those students who are moving on to the next paper as quickly as possible will get through this foundation course, guys, because this course is more of a mental challenging course beyond an exam that you're going to write on the exam hall, guys. So with this, stop discussing your accounts paper and anybody giving you answers for it. Just move on to law paper because you don't have time. Remember, you spent 3 months, 6 months studying for this. So the faster you move on to the next paper, the better it is for you. Now let's get to our law, resources, strategy, and few tips to write for 100 marks. The first thing, today is 18th, you are done with your accounts paper. Already you are exhausted because you put 3 hours in your accounts paper and in the morning you would have studied accounts. So today I want you to learn few topics which are light on your head but also important for the exam. So finish the two relatable topics, which is Indian Partnership Act and LLP Act today. Today before you sleep, finish off these two acts because both are small, both are important. Together they carry at least 15 marks in the exam. If you can finish both well ahead of time, and if you still have some more time at the end of the day before you sleep, or if you're a night person, say I want to study a little bit in the night but to 1 or 2 or 3 a.m., then you study Negotiable Instrument Act. This is one act everybody skips. So first day itself, learn a few topics, you finish off that. 19th, the main day, 1 day leave you have. So the most important topics and heavyweight areas which carries combined 50 to 60 marks together, we will finish on 19th. Indian Contract Act, the Mammoth chapter, Sale of Goods Act and Companies Act. These three all put together, easily 50 to 60 marks will come. So tomorrow on 19th, you will learn this in detail. You will be learning this, guys. And if you finish these three acts also in advance, then Negotiable Instrument Act, few more topics within that act you will learn. If possible, try to finish Negotiable Instrument Act by 19th. If not, at least 70%, 80% you will try and finish. Then on 20th, you will start off the day with Indian Regulatory Framework because this IRF has only 4 to 5 questions in the entire chapter and you have to mug up this. So 20th morning you will learn, mug up this, and lunchtime in exam you will easily write this in the exam. Then Negotiable Instrument Act, if you have any balance from previous days, you will finish Negotiable Instrument Act. Alone I'm spreading over 3 days because students don't like this. So learn little bit over 3 days, guys. And lastly, the last 2 to 3 hours on the day of exam hall, you have to do revision. You have to do revision on the day of exam, last 2 to 3 hours. Now this is a plan which I would follow if I was a student. Now you have to make a plan like this for yourself. Of course, this is a flexible plan. If you feel comfortable, if you feel this resonates with your idea, then learn this. Otherwise, make your own plan like this. Coming to some important resources, guys. By now, you know I would have given the law expected questions. If you don't have time, if you are skipping a few chapters, then at least for those chapters, learn the law expected question. For example, sir, I am going to skip LLP. At least for LLP, learn the expected questions I have given you. These are the important areas which you have to revise for sure. This list is there in the description of this video. You can check it out. Apart from that, there are two free resources I've given on YouTube. If you want, you can use them. Law Concept Marathon, entire syllabus revision in 12 hours, and Law Workout Marathon, where I would have solved 300 plus past exam RTP, MTP questions for about 12 hours. You will go through that. And in this 1.5 day, I will strongly recommend at least 3 to 4 questions. At least 3 to 4 questions. You have to do writing practice, guys. You have to do writing practice as if you're writing an exam, and then write your answer and see how much time it's taking. Because for accounts, before accounts exam, you would have done a lot of writing practice. For law, you would have not done it till now. You will think you will write in the exam, but only when you write 3 to 4 questions now, you will be ready for it in the exam. And I will tell you, along with concepts, revise your latest RTP and latest MTP. Very, very important to see how exam questions will be there. So apart from this, please revise the latest RTP and MTP which is released for your Jan 26 exams. This entire process of revision of RTP and MTP, revision for Jan 26 exams, will hardly take you 45 minutes to 1 hour, which you definitely have to do. And if you have time, maybe a little more RTPs and MTPs you can do. Otherwise, minimum, bare minimum, this is the one. No exception over here. Lastly, how to write for 100 marks. You will enter your classroom by 1:45 p.m. Correct? I will tell every single student, please by 1:30 p.m. stop studying. Stop studying. I know it's very hard to do it. By 1:30 p.m. stop studying. Put your books in the bag and then sit in silence in the exam hall for 5 minutes. Do deep breathing and calm yourself, because it's important you be calm before you write in those 3 hours, and those 3 hours will determine your fate. Your examiner decides your fate in those 3 hours, so you have to be calm. 1:45 you enter the exam hall, and for those 15 minutes, what you will be doing, you will have to plan how the next 3 hours goes. Few important things to keep in mind. Even if you know how to write for 100 marks, sir, even if you don't know some answers, write some relevant answer, even if you don't know, because sometimes ICAI gives grace marks for wrong questions or difficult questions only if you attempt them. That is one. For every mark, you can spend only 1.8 minutes. So keep a timer. If you're writing a 10 marks question, 10 into 1.8, 18 minutes only you should be able to spend. That's the magic number. So for every 5 mark question, 5 into 1.8 is the time you have to spend. Of course, you will take calculator even for law exam, because you don't know if a computation comes. You need to keep it with you. If you are stuck with a question, move on. Even if you are stuck, don't spend too much time in one particular question, guys. In the first 60 minutes, the first 1 hour is the magic hour where you need to impress the examiner. They say first impression is the best impression. So in the first 1 hour, write 1.5 questions, 20 plus 10 marks, 30 solid marks, the best questions that you know in the paper. At least 30 marks and 100 marks you will know. Choice also is there, correct? So the first 30 marks you write it neatly, write it legibly in such a way that you know out of 30 you will at least get 20-25 marks. You should impress the examiner in the first hour. In the next 60 minutes, the balance 1.5 questions which you took from the best question, you will finish that, and one hard question, one tough question you will write. So again 30 marks in the second hour, one best and one hard question. Hard question takes time. That's why I've given more time in second hour. And last 1 hour, two average questions which you know are scoring for you, two questions of 40 marks you will finish, and in this way you will finish 100 marks in 3 hours, guys, of course including your compulsory question. Now at given point, always keep looking at time. Every 1 hour, how much marks I finished. Every 1 hour, how much marks I finished. So you will know where you have to rush up and finish the balance paper, guys. With this, all the very best for your law paper. Any support you need, let me know in the comments, or you guys have my WhatsApp number. To every student whose journey I've been part of, all the very best. And that's it for today, guys. Bye bye.